Welcome to Keep the Ball Again! What's happening, lads, alright? Come on, son, we had it for a year. Come on, son.
I know. Listen, you've just got to bite the bullet and take it. Like you did it.
No, you did bite the bullet for a few years, didn't you?
You used to start a podcast now?
No.
Oh, you
It's called Bite the Bullet.
Bite the bullet.
Open hole,
Unleashed,
sure,
innit?
taking open the hole, have you?
Super Scoreboard Unleashed.
It was
Unleashing Keevins and Halliday.
It was not the best weekend in the world, but you just got to suck up and deal with Simon, know what I mean?
That's it, you're a big man. Talking to big men, here
How
he
are you,
is.
big stuff?
There he
How
is.
are you, mate? Alright, good weekend.
You know what I say today?
Best I've seen him, actually.
He's looking well, isn't he?
Yes, aye.
Slimmer, he's lost a bit.
Why is his shorts done?
Are they done?
His shorts are done, aye.
Big chief, man.
I'll spin this big boy around. It'll be tough to get him round, but hey.
What you doing to break your arms doing that? What
Let's
have
have
we
a look
got?
at the back.
What's happening at the back?
Right, there's his arse, right?
Oh, that's a red star!
That's why I'm actually keeping. We'll keep the big man like that, won't we?
Look at the red star, man. Oh,
Why is he getting the Condurant badge in his ass again?
Maybe the big man will be raging. He fought me during the week. Flat,
This is outrageous, this.
Phones me, right, during the week. He goes, how you doing, me, man, right? I'm good, mate, I'm good. But he doesn't see me sell, because I said something to him, he just kind of went like that. See the coaching chat now? Nip it in the bud, B, man. Just hung up. Fucking raging, by the way, raging.
So you're going to nip it?
No chance I'm going to go even more on the big man. Last week could be the end of Condurant. Couldn't have. The big man got absolutely schooled from start to finish.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because with the coaching thing, I was watching wee curly toe Jude play Saturday.
How's he getting on?
Jude was good, mate. Actually good. Hunter's enthusiasm, mate. Lack of ability, but
No,
you can deal with
that
that.
comes.
So we were playing Clyde, so I'm like, Jude, hurry up, and then I could just hear this voice. Duckin!
Is that
And I
you
look here, and it's big fucking Keith.
Big Keith.
On the side for Condurant with their new yellow strips on, so I done a wee match report for you. In general, they played alright, but they were beat 1-0 for a goalkeeping error. So Harry, Barry, Gary and Mary played really well, but a goalkeeping error, it was a parry for Larry. The team scored 30, so.
They wanted you to come over to the team talk, but they were calling you Simon Farry, weren't they?
No, but he's away. That's what he's away, betting himself as a coach. He's away down to meet his idol.
Tony Adams?
No.
Oh, you want to shadow him? Suppose you want to shadow about Tony Adams, wasn't it?
No, it's a guy who he hopes to get Red Star, who one day he hopes that Red Star will emulate.
Who's that?
His Red Star, Stephen Bruce.
Oh, aye. Oh, I mean, it's a
I
good
don't know to be
shout.
Red Star.
So he's,
Right, no.
he's away doing to studies, Brucey.
He was the inspo for the badge, wasn't he? Aye,
Face tie up, I need to
He's just going to, you know, like you go and watch training for a week, he's just going to sit in Steve Bruce's toilet for a week.
Big man, he's struggling with the winter.
He is struggling.
He's struggling. And last week was a tough one for him, but and I think actually, genuinely think that is why he's away this week, isn't it?
I
Due to the
think so.
coaching.
I know, but he's had a great month though, hasn't he? So you know what it's like in football when you've had a great month, you want to just keep going, don't you?
I don't know,
That's
it's
wee
like
break,
that.
make me back to his old
But mate,
self.
no joke, I shouldn't actually say this. Some of his parents for his club phoned me.
Phoned you?
But come on, follow me.
Makes sense.
Where is he actually? Where? Get him down off for real.
Barry in Italy, wasn't it? You
Barry
said?
in Italy, aye.
International friendly against Barry.
Oh, amazing.
No, but is he? But will we FaceTime him?
Why don't you FaceTime?
not
So you keep.
Well, in between that, I'll tell you that I took your man's getting fit, as you know, looking slim as well. Shows the muscles. Oh my word.
Pathetic, innit? I was hoping for much better when it came out. But that Friday session.
You said a wee training session on Friday?
First time I've trained a baby rhino, mate.
Wait, what about my pant? Is it panting you call it? I'm not
Panting.
breathing in it, no? What is that noise, innit?
You're struggling to breathe, aren't you?
Oh my God, couldn't get a breath at all, mate.
Come on, talk to me, Simon. How is he?
Do you know what? He spewed his ring after the first round. So done a 4-minute at the start. After the first 4-minute, mate, he spewed everywhere. All over
me
Glasgow
what
Green.
I don't know,
Tesco meal deal, all over Glasgow Green, mate.
pick one up on him before.
Do you know sandwich all over the place? How did you feel?
Mate, honestly, I felt that first 4 we done side the sprint to the 6 and at 18, I was like, after the first 2 minutes, mate, I just felt my legs have went here again. Keeps happening. Then I was sick, but the good thing is, and I mean this, see, usually you're sick, that's the MD, innit? Usually that's you put the boots away, you're away. But
Second month.
you went and done, what was it?
Mate, you were brilliant after that. Really happy with his attitude, the way you applied yourself, your touch when he was tired. Mate, that was the best bit, the quality. I look for a bit of when you're tired, that bit of quality, wee volleys, passes.
That's amazing, that doesn't go.
That's when you can tell somebody's a player.
Shines through, innit? How was he as a
What about my
coach?
shooting? Brilliant. He'll be the best, I think. I really do think that. But see, with my
You could be the opposite, if you were looking for like an opposite of Desi Mida. Paul
aye, it's 100%. I think that's when I think his level's the opposite. Aye, exactly.
You used to rub each other's fucking asses.
Got yourself in it.
No, but I was proud of you, mate.
What?
I think you've got. 3 years ago you'd have chucked that, eh?
Especially when I was sick, mate, I really would have.
I also played 5-a-sides with your brother.
Aye, I know.
I mean, no joke here, right? Would you like to phone Robbie now?
So he's
He's got Keevins in it. He's got Keevins in it. Says turn with Keevins in it.
Guys, take care of Hugh for me, big shout.
Hugh try to get back fit, isn't he?
Aye. Honestly, I reckon you two could do a brilliant one-to-one session.
Do you,
Aye.
Keevins?
I might be able to set that up.
Was you? Just being involved in that? Being somewhere involved.
Beans, aye.
What have you got to say there? About the fives, wait to hear this one, right? Play with Celtic, obviously, right? Just saying that standard. We were getting beat by 5 goals. So obviously in fives you take shots and goals. See when I went in, when I came back out again with a 3-up, that's an 8-goal swing because I was in goals.
Wow.
How bad is that?
So maybe I'll get
Fives is false, isn't it?
Think so?
I think I'm shite at 5-a-sides.
I'm not a big fan of fives, I love sevens though.
Sevens is good, mate. They're tactical because you can move places that people can exploit spaces, whereas fives basically man for man.
Plus,
mate, Bielsa plays 5-a-sides every fucking day.
But what about the fitness levels?
It's good for fitness, but
See what I hate about fives, I know, see that bashing at the board and that, oh my god.
6 times, mate. Boys just fucking right at the board.
Fives is fake.
But the boys were brilliant. Was it the Nielsen boys?
Aye, well, I don't think all of them would have been.
Boy, Steph Stirling, he's easily the best.
Oh, Steph Stirling's always been a lovely fit player. Yeah, love Steph Stirling.
Aye, he was in
Up my street.
year above me in the Rangers youth setup. He was always one that was good coming through. I think he's at Nielsen though. He's at Nielsen with Robbie.
That was the first time when I went there.
Robbie Nielsen. So I start calling you
Robbie Nielsen FC. That's who Robbie plays for.
By the way, we got the tattoo wrong. It's not Clyde 1.
Sax.
He's put a saxophone on.
Fuck sax. No, technically sax.
Desperate for the cap for a blow.
Good for you though, I like that for you. Good on you. We got that right, didn't we? Because we spoke ethics, it didn't look like that.
But instead of playing the saxophone like that, he'll be playing it like that, won't he?
Was that hard one to get that?
No, that was alright.
Alright.
But yeah, I was up at his house after the fitness test. Something massive's missing for his house.
What's that?
You know the sign that was up at Lennoxtown, we don't stop?
Aye.
It's gone for the top of his mum and dad's bed.
Is that what it came from?
They two nicked it.
So what is it? We don't stop, is that gone now for the room, huh?
Aye, that's gone.
So have they stopped?
No, that's still there. They nicked it for Lennoxtown.
Oh, they took it for Lennoxtown.
They stole it for Lennoxtown. They were fuming.
None of the games are updating them on that for a while.
No, they've been, as I said, they have been non-stop. They certainly have.
Must have been
That's where I've got it for, wasn't it? We don't stop.
Because I was obviously seeing it online, obviously, they said, like, saying that's the sort of new trademark in it, we don't stop.
Mantra.
And I went downstairs and they two were fuming, I was like, what are you talking about? And that's what they two said. They've not obviously seen us too. You know what I mean? So they've nicked it now, and it's above their bedroom and above the door.
How is it? We're going to come on to the game now, so who did you all watch it together?
No. First tradition of Slane household, not one single person was there.
I know.
They all went out to the pub for it.
You said you watched it with your dad?
I came in steaming.
Oh, did he?
Came in absolutely bluttered.
No way. Mm-hmm. Was he happy?
We managed busy, mate. Didn't know what was going on, mate. You know what I mean? Didn't have a fucking clue what was going on.
Here, before we go on, Geek Grosvenor a shout. Who wants to do it?
I'll date side because I need to get my confidence.
Because they are our friends, aren't they?
Obviously,
they don't stop. Grosvenor don't stop. They don't stop.
They are
They've not stopped for years.
Have they not?
No years.
Aye, but sign up offer from Grosvenor Sport is always Simon. Bet £5 and get £25 and free bets on any sport. And as you know, Grosvenor massive on Thursday is the Masters starting the golf. So
who are you fancying for it?
I would go for. Maybe that's what Big Kev is.
He's
Big Montgomery.
Colin Montgomery body to want it.
Colin Montgomery.
Colin Montgomery, yeah. And then also sign up at gsport.com/open goal. And obviously YouTube.
Why doesn't Andy do the YouTube?
Aye, listen, as always, please.
You're a big YouTuber,
please continue to subscribe to the channel. We're on road to now 200,000. That's some gone now.
The road to 200,000, that's what it's going to be called.
Again, our thing, we don't stop either, don't we know?
No.
We keep that.
We don't fucking stop.
Right up,
and we can't stop.
And we won't stop. It's a good wee tune, that, innit?
Miley Cyrus.
No bad.
So he's never done the huddle in the shower?
That was in the morning before they left.
Before he?
Aye. Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. The stuff gets said in that huddle.
But you usually call yourself like ex-players, didn't you?
Aye.
So your mum goes George Cadet.
George Cadet.
So, yeah. I thought she was calling you John Hartson, but she said Gone Fartson.
That's me on Friday, wasn't it? Like Big Hartson.
No, you're Stephen Pearson for the day.
Stephen Pearson,
Aye,
who's George Cadet? Who's your dad?
Tom Boyd.
He's always Boydie, isn't he?
Always been Boydie.
Can't get away from that Boydie though, can't he?
Who's your brother?
The brother will be...
Who's he like?
William Jansen.
No, a big beard, innit? Yeah, a big beard, we say, like, don't know. But the stuff that gets said in your huddle is unbelievable.
Who does the speech in the huddle?
Yeah, the wee man does it. he gets it all going. I'm scared in case I say it's up my head. Fucking few scrapes this week, isn't he?
Legs are black games.
2 wins out of 2 side back in the start.
We've got to go into Peterhead. Massive
amazing,
win.
mate.
No, I've got a few scraps. No, but that was nothing to do with the game.
Oh, yeah.
Keevins had his high heels on up his Saturday night. I went up.
You went up and seen him?
I went up to see him and Hugh started fucking volleying us with his high heels on.
He tried to come over and talk to me, so I booted him in the shins.
Peterhead told me.
Brilliant.
Really good,
I've seen the stats, mate. 10 shots to their 1.
So in the last 2 games, we've conceded 2 shots on goal.
Why is that, Simon?
Organisation.
No, it's because you're in there, mate.
Do you think?
Rocket science.
No,
I think it is organisation, but I think it does help when you've got somebody in there that
You're close to every mate, so you can see when it's there.
you can
quick.
control it from there out. Aye.
Because you're quite a young team. So obviously you're one of the experienced ones, but massive. The Dumbarton game, but that's Celtic's a wee bit in it.
Dumbarton scored in the last minute.
5 goals in the last 8 minutes, mate. You know it was 0-0 in the 82nd minute or something, finished 3-2. Did you see that?
Fucking hell.
But like I say, who cares about Dumbarton?
Exactly.
Who cares what Dumbarton? It's about us, innit?
You just keep winning, mate.
That doesn't surprise me, Dumbarton, because I said to our boys, like, we got beat Fiala, I went, I'm worried because Dumbarton have got a lot of character in their team, personality, so it doesn't surprise me that Dumbarton are picking up results.
Who scored for you? Craig Brun got one, didn't he?
Craig Brun.
Scott Brun, yeah.
Scott Brun
for a game.
Who was the other one?
Who's the
Phil, wasn't it?
Phil Brun.
Phil Brun scored the last one.
Brilliant.
Grant Savery, I need to give him a shout. Grant Savery was very good.
But that's him.
He is a
See,
good
a wee
footballer.
message to him. He is a crack footballer, but that's what he needs to add. That wee bit in the goals and assists and stuff like that.
Numbers.
To get numbers, but his ability is fantastic.
Hamish, maybe, have you seen that? I'll send you Hamish goal with the guy comes to him, drags it, step over, onto the left foot, bang.
I find that
Top bin.
I find it hard to believe how a team can only have 1 shot in 90 minutes. I find that hard to believe though. It must be some what he's doing after the ball.
Boys are good, they've got it in terms of organisation.
Why do you think that's been a big improvement with you in recent weeks? Because a couple of times I've watched these were probably dominating teams, but maybe giving away too many big chances and then we're sort of scoring off it. But lately, why do you think that's changed?
So see, in terms of forward play, I always think when you're on top and you score, it helps, doesn't it, massively?
Aye,
so Grant scores quite early.
Probably get
Good
to that
football.
next game.
So again, Hamish after the Alloa game, he's playing on a front 3, mate, and every time you got the ball around about the edge of the box, he's passing it to fullbacks. And I says to him, Hamish, we want you to go and do a bit, no fullback. We don't want you to pass the ball to fullback. And then Saturday, you see when he goes, takes people on, gets shots away on goal. It makes such a difference, mate, when you're getting the end product, I think, you know.
Aye. But massive result.
Massive result, delighted. But it's still a long way to go, mate. We're only 4 points clear of Dumbarton with 4 games to play, so massive.
It's good, but what I would say is that this time of the season, still to be putting in performances like that, sometimes you can start to scrape by or you get a bit nervous, but it's great.
But that's when I've been most happiest with the boys, because like we say, mate, when you're down there, you know yourself, it's easy just to kick the ball to the pitch, but they've been so brave, keep taking the ball all the time, it's brilliant. I think you've got more chance of getting results playing like that than you do just kicking up the pitch.
I think we watched that, actually. I'm sure we watched it, and I heard yesterday actually in the Celtic game, Andy Walker was saying when Celtic were getting the ball away at the back, he was like, just punt it.
A load of nonsense.
You see that? It's no.
Why punt it to who? Jota?
But the problem is, it's no the passing for the back that's the problem. It's the players, either players try to get on the ball
100%.
or be moving a bit quicker, whatever it is. It's not actually passing for the back. So Andy Walker was actually not bad yesterday, wee man.
You were happy with his
One of the
performance,
best performances.
Who put 10p in him? That was a turn up for the books, wasn't it? Mate, 100%. They've played that way the whole season. Why now would we just change and kick up the pitch? Makes no sense.
Plus Rangers probably reverted to a bit more direct for the last 20 minutes and created absolutely chaos. So.
As soon as Brendan Hodge used to say on the in-service day, sooner it goes up, sooner it comes back.
Yeah.
Percentage football, mate.
It's a 50-50 ball, isn't it?
Aye, and what about you, Andy boy, centre mid at the weekend?
Aye, 1 each, could have been 5 each. You watch highlights?
I did watch the highlights.
The chances, the first half was mental. Boyce's obviously missed a great chance to put his one up, then wee Baz misses a penalty. I need to see this penalty back.
You hear his try to sign, Barry? Condone it. It says he'll pay the fault for another Barry.
Aye. I don't know if he's old enough, to be honest, for 2014.
No.
But wee Baz has been a joke recently for us.
I would honestly go as far as saying he could push in for team of the season. There you go. That's how
Mackay in team of season.
That's how good he's been. And obviously, there's been great play. Obviously, we say Jota and stuff out the left and out the right, actually, so he could get in.
I think the front three in a team of the year in Scotland this year's probably the hardest to pick, because there's been a lot of attackers that have done well this year. But Baz has been, honestly, he's been unbelievable for a couple of months. But Big Craigie, you're talking about
double save. Am I being harsh to say that he should maybe do better with the first save, but then his second one's amazing?
I don't know, because it does come through bodies. So I don't know if he has maybe seen it late, but to get up, reaction saving in the second one's honestly ridiculous.
Especially when you're 52, mate, and you're still fucking getting
good on
some gone in it.
52-year-old.
He's still Lyle's wee brother now.
Oh, sensational. But Hearts, Studs, is it pretty much nailed on there?
14 points with
Six to
games
play.
go, aye. But we're still somewhat to use, mate. Like, we just want to win 3 points this Saturday, and then we've said that since the start of the season. If you keep winning 3 points, then your positional. No.
Still no.
They
That's
were
not the
never
mentality,
coming,
is it?
isn't it?
It's not the mentality, Paul.
No.
But that's not the mentality you've got the new either.
No.
You're a changed man.
Do you think I can actually? Do you think I can?
Get back to the Premier League.
No, Premier League. No. Do you think I could actually play again? Genuinely, do you think?
100%. I think
do
you
you
could.
actually?
I think your mental toughness will be tested in the first week, and I think you'll sail through it, mate. And then after that, you're fine.
Think so?
Aye.
The only thing is,
Get through the first couple of games, that's you, mate. You're done.
you need to play with a curly-toed centre-back, otherwise I don't think.
I'm about
I
to
don't think it's
play.
for you.
That's why you.
Get wee Jude. We'll get wee Jude to play centre-back.
Centre half. You need to know your players, don't you?
Yeah.
They put me playing if I've not got one of them. 100%.
No, I think you could definitely play again, mate.
Think so?
Haven't seen your attitude and that now, and your touch is lovely, mate. And even when we're doing a bit of passing, you're
Nice, innit?
great technique.
I must give you a wee boost now. Let's see your dad talk to you.
To be fair, Friday was the first time.
You need to stop rubbing your arse up down the grass. You can't do
That will
that.
stop. That will never stop. That's partly obviously maybe teams will struggle to sign me. Part of the game I like doing that.
Green star, green star in it.
I think we could maybe get big Craig to come in.
Imagine that, mate. That's we
Yeah,
should
we
do
bet
one.
you.
If we could get
He's
you
put
and
my-
Craig on a one-on-one.
He's put my pants down twice at Hydra. I can't have a third time him.
I don't know. I think you'd have gave as good as you
I
got.
still think sometimes he gets the best at you.
See, to be fair, I would love to film me and him middle of third part. He starts at one, go, I start at one. We do 1v1.
On a full-size pitch.
Unbelievable.
That would be
Aye.
That would be
tremendous.
I'll do a race with rubbing your ass across the grass, a race across the pitch.
Start it. Like that.
Aye. Not known, but that'd be a great race.
He just keep flinging himself in front of you, so wouldn't he?
Aye, he'd be up for that, I think. He's into that.
Listen, you've got to ask the question.
Will we ask him?
That I actually don't get.
I'll message
I
him
think he would
and
do
see.
it, mate. I genuinely think he would do it. He's been good, but go.
I think he would do it 100%. Right, we're going to go into this game. Great spectacle, but in terms of quality, the ball was like a hot Rio Hatati at times.
What did you say it was? Two teams doing what?
Flinging shit at each other.
I'll let you start off, Paul.
I was surprised to me to top players give the ball, but
Just shows you, that's what I say, boy, top players give the ball away all the time.
This is what I want.
They go and get it again.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, seeing the game, so see, because it is non-stop, do you lose your composure? Because it looked like that, like guys leaving like McGregor and stuff like that, and even players weren't under pressure yesterday, but and they were still getting the ball away. Do you just feel like it's non-stop in that game?
You're asking probably the wrong person, mate, to be honest with you. But nah, I don't think so. I just think it's I think the game at Celtic Park, I think Celtic obviously handled that occasion well, played really well. I thought it was still similar to the first game at IBROX, because the first game at IBROX, the Rangers won 1-0. I thought it was the same. I thought it was a poor game. Too many unforced errors. I thought both teams yesterday, I don't think both teams played great, but for me that's probably worse for Rangers, because Rangers need to win that game for me. Celtic turn up, don't play great and go away 2-1. So.
But Rangers went about it in the right way to start with. The first 10 minutes, I thought the pressing was really good. Forcing it to Starfelt, Roof would press Starfelt, Kent would come in on Carter-vickers, went back to Hart and go and press it again.
So I agree with you, right? This is the most worrying thing for me, right? If you've got a game plan, you work on it all week, you're going into this game, you know you're going to start fast, you're maybe going to show on to Cal Starfelt because he's on his weaker left foot, press for there, work brilliant for the first 7 minutes, go 1-0.
Stopped.
How can a game plan change so easily, momentum change so easily for a 7th minute equaliser?
I know.
Like, you're back to square one, it's 1 each, you're fine, everybody calm down, we go again. Rangers didn't play any more football for the rest of the game, didn't press, nothing, just game plan, it seems as if it's...
Do you think they did, but do you think their game plan was press, or do you think it was just because...
The game plan was to press.
And they first came out though with the atmosphere, they were...
Nah,
that was a game plan, 100%.
I think strange that we changed the win.
I think initially you could see for goal kicks is they were showing it down to Carl Starfelt. I always get his name wrong, Starfelt. And they weren't initially pressing because they were trying to hold a shape. And once he sort of dribbled it into an area because he had space to drive into, they were sort of pressing for that. And he probably gave the ball away 2-3 times in the first few minutes. Rangers either stole it back, got chances. Obviously got the first goal, created another couple of chances after that. But then for me, just everything just went out the window. I thought it was a bit
strange.
Panic mode after that. Both teams just so frantic. In terms of quality, wasn't great. But see, at the end of the day, Celtic, they didn't need quality at the stage of the season. The only thing they need was the points. What I will say is, everyone talks about, you've spoken about Ange Ball so much this season and how they've improved their style of play and whatnot, and they have, but he's got them a well-drilled unit. That's one of the biggest things.
100% organisation's the biggest thing.
I don't think that, you might disagree with me, right? I don't think Celtic's defenders are amazing individually. Carter-vickers done really well, defenders have done really well at times, but see as a unit, I actually watched them yesterday and thought they're very, very well built.
100%. Distances are always good, mate.
Compact. For me, the full second half, they forced Rangers out wide. Rangers were passing out wide, cross, repetitive for 45 minutes and couldn't create nothing. So for me, that's where you've got to give Celtic credit yesterday, because they defended their box really
The one time they weren't organised was the goal.
Aye.
Juranovic comes out. I think Carter-vickers should be 5 yards over. He stays centrally, doing nothing really.
I agree, but Juranovic, there's no...
He doesn't need to go as tight to Kent, yeah.
But see with that, but you'd imagine in a game, in 90 minutes, Kent will go by you at one point. So if he goes by him, there's going to be somebody there.
I agree, but you need to make him go by you. You can't just go tight to him and just let him run in behind.
I think Juranovic was thinking, because the first game against Celtic Park, he was doing that to Kent and it was working.
Getting tight.
Because usually they do just play to Kent's feet, don't they? Ryan Kent, you think, full-back gets the ball and plays to his feet, where Kent's done's great. He's came short and banged the played in there. But I think Carter-vickers should be 5 yards further over. But I agree, mate. I watched them at Celtic Park. I've only been to 3 or 4 games this year, but when you watch, that's what I watch for in a football game. Their distances between each other, the defenders of each other, and the midfield and the defence is really good. And that's how you win games of football and leagues.
And one of the crazy things for me about the way they are well drilled off the ball is the 3 midfielders are attack midfielders. Yeah. I don't care what anyone says. Callum McGregor's not a sitting midfielder. Callum McGregor's a box to box, gets on the ball, makes things happen. See, if you want him to make a third man run into the box and get goals, he can do that. He's not a natural holding midfielder, but he's got the 3 of them so well drilled.
I don't think Rangers played enough either, eh?
Nah, I don't.
Under the goalie, I don't think they played enough. See, but Rogic was pressing Balogun, so you should take a 3v2 in there with Ramsey, Lundstrom and Jack against Atati McGregor, but they never once went, give me the ball.
The second half though, they had all the ball, but as you said, they didn't get a date.
That was wide all the time.
But what's that doing to you?
Rangers got a lot of praise last year, and deservedly so. They were unbelievable. Had a lot of praise this year in terms of their European performances, but for me that was quite a lot of what you've seen for Rangers this year. They've not hit the heights that they did last year. I thought it was the same yesterday. I do agree with what Si's saying. Rangers did have to play more, but you've got to give Celtic credit because they never let them play in areas they wanted to play. They're obviously playing with a natural number 10, whether it was Aribo or Ramsey in there. How many times did one of them get the ball in the hole?
Not once did Rangers midfield player go bang into Ramsey's feet. So there's no point in it.
One of them,
if you're not going to play that, there's no point in him, man.
Throughout the game, actually got a split pass in, turn, get it at Celtic's back 4. So it was... We say it all the time, you get to this stage of the season, you talk about performances don't matter at this stage of the season, it's results, and Celtic got it regardless of how the game went.
I don't know what you think now, but if you're going to play with a 10, I think you need a Kamara or a Davis or somebody that has got that on the half, bang, play through. Jack and Lundstrom are very much side to side, and I thought
Lundstrom was really good, mate. I thought he was head and shoulders Rangers' best player. Honestly, I really
the first goal.
It's terrible.
He walks back and he should sprint back. McGregor goes by him, it's a jog back.
Bassey for me just got to film McGregor as well. See when he's driving into the box, that just film.
Bassey would be a plus point for Rangers.
Bassey, you're going into the game, you think Jota's obviously one of Celtic's biggest threats. I thought Bassey handled them really well, but it's very, very rare. I think that in an Old Firm game, 6 attackers on the pitch, none of them played well. That's
on the ball.
Unheard of, because I don't really think either attacker for either team was great. He's
still running about Govan now, isn't he? Somebody says. How good was Wheatdale? Mate, that was just he was a sponsored run yesterday.
Genuinely, I've never seen somebody press at that in my life.
I love it, man. That press.
It's meant to
hit people, contact.
He's brilliant, isn't it? Man, Alice, see if you didn't watch. See if somebody.
You says 2-1.
And me didn't and the start 11. See if somebody didn't watch that game. If someone didn't watch that game, you just say, go and watch that podcast, you'd have known exactly what happened before the game. That's unbelievable.
That's great. That is great analysis.
It's amazing. It'll go undervalued and underrated.
No, it doesn't. I've had fucking hundreds of messages, believe me.
Rightly so. Who scored the Celtic's first game?
Sorry, I didn't get to see a lot of Celtic. Obviously, we played on Saturday, so highlights and bits here and there. But from what I've seen, I think Celtic are a better team on the ball, attacking wise, with Abada playing. I think Mida gives you more off the ball in terms of following Tavernier, but I think as soon as Abada comes on, 2 chances he gets straight away. I think he gets himself in better positions to score goals. But again, I didn't see enough of them to see how he's played in between that last Rangers game and this Rangers game. So why has he been out of the team? Because you've obviously seen them. I really like him.
I think it's depressing, I really do.
Is that right? He doesn't press as well. But Jota doesn't press as well.
Rogic doesn't really press either.
No. But who scored? Rogic scored the first goal, didn't he? You wouldn't have had him in the team, wouldn't you?
No, I've had a shock, haven't I?
O'Reilly won it.
Yeah. O'Reilly had a
I always feel like when it comes to these games, Rogic's always been one of Celtic's biggest threats in the Old Firm games, because he probably, first half he was the one in the game that was sort of finding the wee pockets, getting on the half turn. I think he slipped.
I thought he played much more at 10 yesterday than he has previously. Usually plays on his side, didn't he? But I think he went and played more centrally.
See if you watch the clips for the first half as well, he actually was one that triggered the press quite a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, instead of like Celtic pressing as a front three. The two wingers actually stayed with the full-backs and Rogic came up with the...
Rogic went in the ball again, didn't he?
I don't know though why, see even if you start a batter or Maida, I don't know why he doesn't play them on the right though. Maida for the right and keep Jota on the left. Jota is much better for the left. He doesn't look natural at the right.
I think once there was so many that there was probably 4 or 5 times throughout the game as well that Jota tried to get after Bassey and get by him, and Bassey handled him really well. And usually, it's like when you're in the sideline, you're the manager, like, he's not getting the better of him, switch them. But it must have literally just been because he wanted Maeda to try to have. Must have been. Because it wasn't for going forward.
No, he was on the right, wasn't he? So he was with Bassey.
Who? No, Maida played on the left.
Maida was the left.
Jota was on the right.
Just up to have gone, you're right. So
I prefer Jota on the left.
I don't think Jota's... I don't see for the right, you have to be... I think when you're right foot playing on the...
You need to be quick, don't you? Forrest.
You need to be
really, you need to have that wee touch by and put the ball in. Jota's not that type of player, I agree.
So I think he's melting on that.
When you speak to players that sort of play that inverted, if they're right foot playing on the left, they always say that if I'm playing right footed playing on the left, I feel as if I can see the full pitch. If I'm a left footer playing the left, I feel as if I'm only going one way, I'm only driving down the line. So I think that's why more naturally people prefer the opposite side.
Again, Aribo for the second goal. If you watched it back, I'm big one for rewinding back and seeing where it could have went better defensively. Aribo just leaves his man, stands kind of like Fred against...
When was that?
Second goal. So I think he's marking Starfelt, and Starfelt kind of beats him. He just stands and watches on the edge of the box. But even if he gets him back in, he might not win the first one, but he might be there for the second one.
He's not anticipating the ball dropping in any type of area.
I think McGregor should have done better for the first, but I don't think... I was surprised.
No, I don't think he should come for the second either.
Because it whipped away in, but wasn't he? I wouldn't put him on that for that.
Aribo, man, he's been disappointing since the African Cup of Nations, definitely. Because he was... We spoke about it on here a few times. He was Rangers' best player for the first 6 months, but... He's not hit the same heights over the last few weeks. And yesterday, when Rangers were making subs, I was thinking, he'll probably take Aribo off. I was surprised that Ramsey came off.
Subs were a bit baffling to me.
I know you were saying that you feel as if Ramsey was tired, but that's a must-win game. I don't care if you're tired. He's 20-25 minutes.
This is what I didn't get me, right? See, when you're getting beat, you keep as many players on the pitch that can score a goal as possible.
And I don't think Ramsey was brilliant, but I thought everything that sort of went through Rangers up until he was on the pitch, I thought it went through him. Whether it was obviously his goal, creating chances. He was. Again, I don't think it was brilliant, but I don't really think he had many opportunities to get in areas to hurt Celtic, but any time they did that, I did think he was involved.
Do you still not having Starfelt by the...
I thought first off he was so rash, I really do. I think the second half suits him better when he's defending his boxes, he can header things. I think that's what he's really strong at. But I think when the first half, when he had time on the ball and stuff, and then he's even a lot of tackles, he was diving in tackles and stuff, I still think he's very rash. Second half, when Rangers are many the ball and they're putting crosses in, that's what he's very good at.
I think he gave away 28 fouls throughout the game. It was mental. First half, I think Rangers made it difficult because they tried to press him onto his left foot. So
tough for him, mate. He's on his left foot.
No, 100%.
Basically, it's man for man everywhere, isn't it?
100%.
But second half, him and Carter-vickers, they did defend their box really well. Carter-vickers for me was really good.
He's been outstanding.
I think he...
£6 million. I heard Michael Stewart a couple of weeks ago and doing a thing with something, said he wouldn't pay $6 million for him.
He's talking shite again, isn't he? See you when it starts.
No, exactly. But
no, he's
he pays £6 million for
Carter-vickers. I'm worried though that somebody will come in for him now down England. This season he's been unbelievable, hasn't he?
Well, if you look at last year, I think he was a standout for Bournemouth in the Championship as well.
Player of the year for Bournemouth, and the player of their team. So I worry that somebody will come and take him, and they could offer more maybe. So I don't know. But and for any centre, he's not big, he's not tall, Reads it really well, composed. He never looks if he's tired or sweating or out of position, doesn't he?
No.
Greg Taylor what he does as well when what he lacks in height, anytime it's an aerial duel, he just uses his body. Does he like the opposition jump?
Mate, what about we were like calling manhandling Sakala?
Sakala, come here, you captain.
Mate, should just drag him up.
Come here.
How angry is he?
He's a kiss. I'm sure I haven't forgiven. He's a kiss. Ladies watching. Move it. Strange he was holding him like that, wasn't it? Well, they let him go, man.
Mate, what's the kind of allowing him to do that for?
You better get your fucking hands off me, man.
I've not brought him up like that. No.
I did say on the cooking show, Willie, I'll let it go. He'll know. Mate, the first 20 minutes was like a fucking...
Just following people, wasn't it?
It was like 22 motors crashing into each other, man.
Why did you think that though? Because he's not that type of referee, does he?
I was thinking the Rangers Celtic games he does. Other games he doesn't.
That should be the case though, should it? You can't just let stuff go some games and other games don't.
I always think that in the games he kind of just lets it fucking go, man.
He's actually not a bad referee, man, isn't he?
I think. So what did you do the night before the game?
I was actually disappointed.
Was it a big walk you took him for, wasn't it?
Took a big walk, aye. And I was disappointed how angry he was getting on the pitch. I've not brought him up like that at all. So I'll speak to him. I've not caught up with him yet, but we've certainly not brought him up that way. So you sometimes come in and see him, didn't you?
I do.
And he's never.
But he doesn't really like when I'm there. I don't know.
He doesn't attention, but he didn't listen. He shouldn't have got that angry. And I've always brought him up not to lift your horns.
What's the one with the car? I don't remember that.
Mate, he's grabbed him, man.
And walked about 10 yards with him. Scarlett was just walking with him.
I've seen a lot of Rangers fans still not convinced that Van Bronckhorst is the man.
I don't know, Si. We're top at 6 out of 12 now, but the performances.
So what was he, 6 points clear when he came in?
Aye, or they got to that before Christmas, but that's a 12-point swing. But it's the performances. I don't want to keep comparing different hands, but when you watch Celtic, you notice that. But I still don't really get
what Rangers are,
and I don't know if that's bad journalism or bad.
Bad journalism, you're not journalism.
Well, bad. Punditry, because it's like...
You're not a pundit either, mate.
Nah. I don't know if it's just a bad statement. because I'm saying I don't really know. I don't know if it's just an easy thing to say now, but I don't know. Is he an attacking type manager? Does he want the Rangers playing for foot? Does he sit after? It seems like they change so much during games. They take a lead, they drop half, and that was his early... That was the criticism. Listen, I was keen him at the start, and Rangers fans were that they were taking the lead via anybody they took the lead via and then sat in. He changed that after the last Celtic game. But then yesterday again, that they concede, and then it's almost if they sit after the game a wee bit. I don't know what he's all about at the moment.
But it's like what Andy said, like when you watch the game yesterday, basically the only way they were scoring was for a cross.
Yeah.
Even the Dundee United game, I understand because Celtic are, as we say, well organised, but even the Dundee United game when they were drawn, it's very much the same, wasn't it? Put the ball wide.
You've got to come up with Finn there as well, he's hardly a giant, is he?
Exactly, Roof, you need to come up with other ways, maybe coming in off the lines. That's where Kent's better.
Aye.
Not once do they play to Ryan Kent's strengths where he pops in off the line and somebody slips him the ball and he goes and runs at people.
Yeah.
It's very much stay wide. And
see, since he's came in, I've seen the stat. I don't know how many games it's been, but it's been a lot of games. Rangers are +7 goal difference since he's the manager. So it shows they're not scoring a lot of goals and they're still conceding goals. So I think like harsh criticism is probably that harsh, but the jury's definitely still out because he's not won anything. Like you said, he's took over the team and they've got a 6-point lead and they're now 6 points behind, so it's a 12-point swing. But I think that what he'd done in the Dortmund game, because they had so much praise for the Dortmund game because nobody expected them to approach the game the way they done. They got after Dortmund, they were a high press against Dortmund, but I don't understand why does that change when it comes to domestically? Because like I said, for the first 6 minutes against Celtic, it looked as if that was the approach. Yeah. After that, so I don't know, was that the
but is that a player thing? Exactly, man. Is that a player thing?
So it's hard to fully comment when you're in there, but you can only base a manager off his results and his recruitment. And
I don't like the Steve Davis no player. I know he's older now and he won't...
He needs to play in a 3 if he is going to play Davis, isn't he? But I just think it was on yesterday for Rangers to have a wee bit more control in the game, and personnel for me wasn't right to do that.
I don't know.
The reason I give the Rogic, I wouldn't play Rogic in the big games, is the Bodo Glimt game I watched. I thought in terms of Celtic's press, he was the one that they very much played on. Keep me, we'll play around Rogic and then I get a free run in the middle of the pitch. Yeah. But if you're going to surely Rangers, that was their idea was to play it for the back. Put midfield players in there that want to go and take the ball. Yeah. Kamara for me, Steve Davis. Lundstram and Jack for me are very much defensive players that are good when the other team's got the ball, win it back, play simple. But in terms of controlling games, I don't know if that's their game.
If you look back at Jack, like when Rangers had that lead at the top of the table, right? You look at January, Celtic brought in Hatate, Idaguchi, Mida.
Dale, but he was in the...
They brought in somebody else, didn't they? Anyway, they improved their team, they improved their squad, they improved their start 11. Rangers brought in Diallo, who's not kicked the ball, he's played 1 game. Ramsey, who started 3 games now, we're in April. The backup Polish right backs started 1 game, it was against Annan in the cup.
And
Sands, who's hardly played. So that was what Rangers added to their squad. Celtic added 4 guys into their start 11. Since then, there's been that swing. So for me, criticism for the board, criticism for people are making decisions in terms of recruitment, and obviously the staff and the players will get it as well. But
did Patterson go right in the window?
Patterson went. No, wasn't it? I don't think it was that late. No,
but that should have been if they had an idea that he was gone and they were getting whatever it was up to 16 million. I don't know if it was.
Rangers haven't spent. I actually sitting here. I can't remember the last time Rangers spent a transfer fee.
And like
I can't even remember the last. It might actually be. I don't even know if it is, but it might be Cedric.
But you look at Celtic, right, and you think when Keel goes out, and signs Jackie Marcus right as well, and then they bring Maiden who can play up front as well. If Morelos is at Rangers, are nowhere near the same team.
But that's what talk about recruitment. Rangers bought Kamal Roof because they thought Alfredo Morelos was leaving. They bought Cedric Itten because they thought Morelos was leaving. So they brought them in to replace him. Obviously, it's not that you're talking about completely different levels of players, but we were speaking at the start of the season, if Celtic lose Kyogo, they're not the same team. Jackie Mackers came in and scored 3 hat-tricks in the last 2 months. So they've got somebody that's came in and replaced him and continued the goals. They've won something like 11 out of the last 12 league games. But I do agree with you, Rangers, they're nowhere near the same team.
Even Sunday, Andy, I'd have went and went like that to Ramsey, go and sit in front, go and take the ball off the back four for 20 minutes. Get a bit of control in the game. I look at Rangers' team, and if you're thinking you've got Aribo wide right, you've got Kent wide left, and they're staying wide, that's not their game. Why play like that?
Yeah, Kent wants to come in.
If you're going to play Aribo off the right, mate, you're asking him to play on the right and coming into the pocket, same as Kent.
I think there was a lot of Rangers fans were wanting. If it obviously Morelos was going to be out, which he was, they were wanting to change shape because Kamal Roof, he doesn't really suit the way Rangers actually play when they've got a lone striker. Because what Morelos will do is scenarios that happened at the weekend when they try and play out for the back and they're getting to corner goals and for a goal kick, Celtic are swamping it and pressing it. Rangers are playing over the top. Alfredo Morelos will sometimes turn their nut and balls into fouls or throw-ins or free kicks. Anytime Rangers done that when Kamal Roof was up front, Starfield just ran back and passed it back to the goalie. And that was it. Celtic just had the ball again.
And that's why I think they should have tried and controlled the game more instead of just kicking it up the pitch.
Or two up top, play somebody near him, play Ryan Kent near him and try and offer more of a threat that way. Rangers and Celtic have got a cup semi-final in 2 weeks, so we'll soon see if Rangers have learned anything for that game and approach it differently, because Morelos will probably not be fit for that either.
But criticism Van Bronckhorst, obviously it's easy to say Ange came in and just played his own way straight away, but he came in at the start of the season, didn't he? Is it tougher for a manager who's came in halfway through a season should he maybe just went and played a system that suited the players that he's got, or should he have went, this is how I'm going to play?
I don't think that can be labelled as an excuse, because they've came in with 6 points ahead, so it's not as if it wasn't working, it's not as if they've been terrible.
So he should have just stuck to kind of what they were doing?
I mean, he kind of has changed that a wee bit, because it was a narrow 4-3-3 with Gerrard, he's came in as one a 4-2-3-1, so he's tried to put his own stamp on it.
But should he have, or should he wait until the summer to do it?
You need to put your own stamp, no.
Straight away?
I don't think if you're trying to, I don't know how you would.
But I think Steven Gerrard's brought in players that suit that system, how he plays. I don't think they suit to play how they play.
In all fairness to Van Bronckhorst, what I will say is Rangers weren't great at the start of the season when Gerrard was in charge anyway. It's not as if they were absolutely flying and he's came in and changed it all. They never started the season that well, albeit they were 6 points ahead, but we spoke so many times on here how Rangers, they've nicked a result there, but not really played great this year. And like I said, throughout the full season, I just don't think they hit anywhere near the heights they did last year. Because
if it's like a 4-2-3-1 you're playing, it's quick wingers you put on the side on the pitch. You're not putting Joe Aribo out there. You're putting Joe Aribo out there if you're playing a 4-3-3 and he's coming in.
But I like,
it's like Celtic last year, I thought. Just sticking players in positions that doesn't suit him out of playing.
See what I will say is you know what I think of Ryan Kent as a player. And he comes under a lot of criticism in games like this when he's not put his own stamp on it, he's not affected it as much as he should in terms of his ability. But I think Rangers are far too reliant on him to create. I really do. And see if you've got somebody on the right hand side that offers the same instead of a centre mid like Joe Aribo or Scott Arfield, whoever plays there. It's more difficult for teams just to double up on Ryan Kent because they're giving up so much on the other side. So I think when Rangers, when they need to recruit in the summer, obviously like they're going to, that's an area of the pitch they need, because they've not actually, Rangers haven't had somebody on the wide right that's a regular in the team for.
I know. I can't remember.
I said it for years. Probably.
Said it for
Colin Hendry done it well, didn't he?
That's an area of the pitch that they rotate all the time.
Right. I say just before we go, do you know, I honestly think, and this isn't just shutting up now, I think Ange could be one of Celtic's greatest ever managers.
Wow.
What he's done though, in such a, he's not only he's changed the full club, and that's crazy.
Yeah. Mentality of the full club, everything.
The recruitment, the style of play, he's got the analysis, sports science, all that. He's changed the full thing in the space of time.
In such a short space of time, it's very impressive.
It's absolutely incredible, because listen, I know there'll be people in that club working hard, of course there is, but he's just, I think he's a winner.
He's the perfect guy to manage a Celtic or a Rangers, because one, he's got the tactical and the coaching side, but two, he's got that personality and presence about him. I think he's both, don't you? But I don't know, again, I'm not being too critical. When I look at Van Bronckhorst, I don't know if he's got that.
Said it to Andy earlier.
And to be fair, one thing I will say is as well is that he's been backed heavily, he's obviously spent a lot of money, but that doesn't mean you still get the signings right. Yeah, I mean, somebody can give you 15 million to go and sign players, or 20 million, whatever he spent. You still need to get the players right that are going to come in and affect the team. And what I will say about this man's punditry last year, as he called it, he spoke about Neil Lennon bringing your own staff. Postecoglou's just inherited what's there and turned it all around.
Paul? Right in reply.
It's a cracking one, that, but I just think that when I said that, I looked at Guardiola and Klopp and all that, who brought other end staff, so it's maybe something.
Maybe that was it though. It's just one man to change the culture.
But I actually think though, like,
that's why I always say with coaches and stuff like that, it starts and stops with the manager, isn't it?
It's his idea, isn't it?
Of course it is.
I think no, right, so let's put you here, right? If you're a manager, no matter who you have...
I'm bringing in staff 100%.
I know, but you're bringing in staff, but I also think no matter who it is, you'll be telling him this is how we do it.
Yeah.
You're on the same wave, and if they're no,
then
do
they're
you know what I mean? So I can see that as well. Don't know really where that point was going, but
No, I get what you're saying.
You
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that,
I mean,
aye?
aye.
Whereas if you're a manager that comes in, there's coaches there, oh, what did you do before, right? Just keep kind of doing that. No,
I mean, that's it.
you're going to stay here, you're going to do everything that I want to do.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do, you're going to take it and I'll oversee it. I get what you're saying.
Aye, superb again.
Alright, is it over? It's over, innit?
100%.
Say it,
9 fingers on it. Big Kev's 9 yum fingers on the trophy already, I think. 6 to go.
Yum fingers.
I go 10.
10 fingers on it?
Fingers on it. I mean, it's actually 7 points in it because the goal difference is that big now. And there's no way Celtic are going to lose 2 games, drop points in another game while Rangers win all the games, and they're still in Europe as well. There's just no way.
Rangers, they had to win the game. Simple as that. Worst case scenario, a draw, but even then a draw probably wasn't good enough for them.
Seen the picture of Hatate and Jota in the bath after it? Pretty sure I could see Susan's head under the water.
Couldn't have been. Because you're up in the bath in your house. Couldn't have been.
Brilliant, right. Australia's off. Andy, you've got it. You've done it.
Think it's what?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Ewan Keevins had a say, didn't he?
Ewan Keevins,
He doesn't, by the way, he's kind of kicking back for the Keevins chat, isn't he?
didn't he like
Doesn't that
it?
get involved
I didn't think he's actually watched the game because you said that Keevins and Gilly kept trying on outfits while the game was on. Same outfits, wasn't it? Right, you put it on now.
Catwalk in the house.
I'm no bored.
Was it inevitable with the fan reaction?
Nah.
Inevitable, sorry, that it was going to happen.
I
I think it was a lot of pressure, wasn't there?
Shat it, isn't he?
I think the protests were going to continue. But probably...
You said Hugh was talking about doing a dirty protest.
Aye.
Up the walls and everything.
Know what they wanted because that was
The
only
beans,
gonna
that's
go
why
one
he's
way,
eating the beans,
aye.
wasn't it?
Oh, cold beans. But the protests were going to keep continuing. They've listened to the fans, but right decision for me.
Right decision.
Nah, 100%. Hey, that game ain't no...
Hey-ho.
Hey-ho, ain't no fucking friendly.
It's
that
not
game.
friendly.
Competitive, you
No
look.
chance. That's what we've got.
What is this? Oh, Boca on your what? I seen the strip, mate, by the way.
Kit lunch.
And do you know what? I could feel like you're upset that we never mentioned that at the start of the show.
I'm annoyed. I was waiting for it to be
Mate, the strip's a
Boca,
belter,
again.
man. Do you know what it's like?
Aye,
The All Blacks.
cracking.
I know, but then...
Have you went for the All Blacks kind of thing? Have you read the All Blacks book?
Aye, mentality, the winning mentality.
Right, tell us about it.
I've not read the book,
I know you
no.
hadn't read it. Why did you say you had?
Do you know what?
I thought you were going to move on.
You'll not read the book, but watch the... Now that... What's it?
All or Nothing?
All or
One
Nothing.
bit-
All
the
Blacks
bit
have
at
got
the
one.
start.
Brilliant.
The bit of Stark.
What do you make of them clearing the changing room every place they go? Players clean the changing room after the game.
Did they?
That... See, for me though, that's no... A lot of clubs do that.
Do they?
Aye.
I touched the dressing room as a player.
No?
Not have you?
A lot of clubs definitely do that.
Did I? Clean up.
No, it's not. But the
respect
kit was
that.
absolutely
Oh,
stunning.
the kit's
Big game.
stunning,
I'm so
mate.
proud. But honestly, the work we're putting in, but we're still
Let's have a
pushing.
game at the weekend.
We need to obviously get a model now to obviously wear the strip, do you know what I
There
mean?
we go. Steal that.
Who would you like? Well, let's
Steal Big Keith.
put a play out there who you want to model
I'd
it.
like my dad to do it.
I know, but he'll do that with the top, won't he? Put it
That's
through.
what
So
I'm
it's like,
saying, aye. By the way,
Do you want
it's
Hugh? Do you want to borrow Hugh for a week?
just- get you Keevins to model it. That'd be brilliant. We've not got any shots yet, but...
No getting a shot.
So wait, are you going to have like an actual fixture, or are you just going to train with strips on?
Condoran, innit?
So
Condoran
the
first game.
the plan is obviously we do the small sided games Thursday. Then for each age group we're going to get a training night, and then we're going to get fixtures ongoing. And the club mentality is just out of this world now. It really is.
Oh, what have you changed the mentality? They thought. So what like Celtic's obviously? What is it? We don't stop, or we never stop. What is it?
We don't
What
stop.
is it?
We don't stop.
We don't stop. What's the Boca mantra?
That's a great shout.
No got one there.
No one yet.
I'm phoning your dad,
I
innit?
don't know.
I'm phoning your dad.
What would
A
it
few
be?
people phone
If you
us.
stop, I'm phoning your dad.
Phoning your dad. Phoning your parents.
Phone your parents. A few parents have phoned actually. A few parents have phoned and asking if you're on phoned and said, listen, my kids no got any ability, they've never played the game before. So are they welcome to come?
What did you say?
I said, no, I did. I said, listen, first and foremost, it's fun, innit? Second of all, you learn. And then, but I said, just keep your phone.
What would you say the main thing you've taught them?
Keep your phone very handy with you, I said to the parents, because you will be getting phoned.
What would you say the one thing is that you've taught them?
Work rate.
I know, but anyone can say that.
No, mentality side, I see them.
So how do you...
Mentality. No, but I mean, as in believing yourself, like the confidence in them and that. Listen.
So is it belief, confidence, or work rate?
I would probably say the belief and confidence mixed in. Is that not? It's a similar thing, though, isn't it?
I don't know, but you've changed 3 times.
So is it what's the one? What's Boca's one? What's the pillar?
But it is belief in. The one thing when you see a good Boca team, when you go to watch a Boca team play, you always see World Maz at the side. You really will.
I take it your mad doesn't go to the games.
No, she'll not be there. She'll be kept in the house. But listen, regardless of the ability, the parents will be outstanding at the side. That is for sure.
Right, good. Right, we're on to the bottom of the league. Dundee getting a point against Aberdeen. St Johnstone victory meant gap between bottom 2, 6 points. Dundee are done. McGee scored to. What more can you want for your manager? He's brought himself on the team. He scored at the weekend.
The age of him still to do that, innit?
Eh?
The age of him is still to be doing that.
Jump like that.
The leap he took, big mark, but I can't point for a minute.
St Johnstone, do you know St Johnstone are the 4th team in the league in terms of form?
Seen that.
6 games.
See, Justin Bieber had Callum Davidson suit on last night as well. Did you see that?
What was the deal with that? You kept messaging me saying...
Big St Johnstone fan, isn't he?
Black eyeshadow, I don't know.
People kept messaging me saying, is Justin Bieber your dad or something?
Because he had a big baggy suit on it.
Oh, that chat.
Oh, you want that to stop?
That moment.
What is that what you were saying Dundee are done?
Dundee are done, aye.
I don't know, right.
I thought Dundee were done 3-4 weeks ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
I just think there's just no way, is it?
Ask us where they finished when I was there.
6th in the league, first time in the club's history.
Top 6, hey-ho.
First time in the club's
Still a villain, hey-ho.
Was that the year that we played
total football?
Rangers in the Scottish Cup now?
Alright mate, you beat us with Peter Head 5-1.
Were you there that game?
Nah, I don't know, I don't think so.
He played with that day in the final.
No, Dundee. I'm talking about the Dundee one. The Rangers Dundee one.
That was when we were putting the ball at the pitch. It didn't suit me playing that team, mate.
Was it fit?
No, I don't think so.
That time, innit?
Because
I thought Dundee finished top 6 that year.
How fit was he, man, playing against you?
Mate, have you seen a picture? I'm a fat pie in that final, man.
It's the hair, I love the hair.
He did pop me about that day. You played Saturn, man, you were fucking good. Was it Don Ball that played?
I can't remember, to be honest. Jason Holt that played.
That was a bad. That could be the worst day of my career, mate.
I wonder if you did.
Honestly.
No.
I felt violated after the game, mate.
Good. Mate, don't be too fit, you were good, man.
Marcel's like that at the end of it.
Why don't you play the 5s game tomorrow?
What day is it tomorrow?
Tuesday's the training. Well, we change it Wednesday.
Got to stay up. Have you changed it to Wednesday? I'll play.
Would you play, aye?
I'm definitely come down.
Would you watch if it's Wednesday?
No, if it's just you. But I would watch if it's the teams. Aye.
Do you know what I love?
Can't let us watch you in goals for now.
He says he's done real in goals, aren't you?
Mate, a joke. Mate, actually, Ash Robbie, unbelievable, mate, one hand saves in that.
Unbelievable.
He's been doing PT with Tommy Sheridan, that's why I forgot about that.
He was there. Forgot that one.
Great save, bro! That's what he shot.
What did say when you conceded? It's a disaster. It's a disaster.
And our manager, Lenny. Loves Lenny, mate, doesn't he? Our leader.
You up for coming on captain in the one team, I'll go captain the other.
Anytime.
Well, that'll be a massive. We'll try can you get on the blow to Robin?
Right, sort it for you.
Five's more. Five suits him more because you'll be able to set up your team better than 5 because it's just a free for all. Just go man for man.
Fun 5s, you call it that.
What's your formation in 5? What's your formation 5s?
My formation 5s? We start.
No clear message here now. We start what? And then we change.
100%.
How often?
After the ball, we go 2.
2? Oh, I'm keeping the ball for you all day. You're not coming and pressing us now.
I think a formation in 5.
I'm just hitting shots for distance. 2 back.
Sheridan's and goals, but so
I'm playing one up and you've got 2 men marking my 1. Oof.
Yeah.
3 for all. Hey.
Listen, defender marks your striker. You know what Ireland is? Comes and stuns his toes. How are you going to get it?
So it's man for man. You're leaving me an extra man somewhere.
But goalie comes out.
No, but his goalie saying comes behind the striker.
So see when your goalie comes out, we just slip it in the side of him.
Nah, you need to be in the box.
Exactly.
Nah, you need to be in the box to score.
Right, can St Johnstone stay? Can they get out that bottom 2?
6 points in it.
See if you're a player and you're in the playoffs, mate, an extra 2 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks because the 2 championship teams you need to wait for them to play each other, and then you need to play.
Prefer to get relegated rather than didn't that?
100%. For holidays wise, you definitely are, mate.
A lot of boys are cancelling holidays. That's the case, isn't it?
Could they stay up? Out the 2, I mean. St Mirren are getting dragged in, aren't they? St Mirren are a bad form. Have they?
Celtic at Parkhead next
week. They will play each other, won't they? So
St Mirren have got Rangers though.
St Mirren have got Rangers. There you go.
I think they could, mate. I think St Johnstone have got that wee bit between their teeth. No, I think they definitely think they can. I've watched St Mirren a few times and I wasn't overly impressed. I've only seen the guy Steve Robinson with them once maybe. But
So is that 5 games he's been in? I think they've won once and it was a last minute winning against
the
Dundee.
squad, so I don't see a lot of goals coming for the team.
Mullen scored at the weekend, didn't he? Sorry,
Let's talk about someone.
Brophy scored at the weekend.
Well, he's
a strange one, isn't he? He's a good player.
Since Kelly, I don't really know. He's no sort of.
He's not the Wolf anymore, is he?
No.
What is he, the Wolf?
Kitten.
Aye, so no, listen, I don't know. That'll be.
He scored a cracker last week.
Aye.
I think Robinson came out and said players' heads are being turned on. I think if your manager's saying that with 6 games to go, you're starting to worry.
Like that, I'd pull him up for that.
I know, it's...
Do you know what I mean?
It's harsh, that, isn't it?
We were talking,
Who's he talking
Andrew.
about, though?
I know, who's
I
getting
love it when
moves?
they name names.
Well,
I mean,
I think
just
Anik,
name
the
names.
goalie's linked with Aberdeen, isn't he, with Jim Goodwin? And also, there's another St.
He's
player
really
that's trying
good,
to
the goalkeeper.
Never
Very
played
good.
at the weekend. The guy that was in goals forgot to bring his hands.
I know, mate, their goalie's good or not.
Anik's
Really good.
But it looks like he's going to go to Aberdeen. That's what I'm saying. So if their heads have been turned, it makes it difficult to start.
Fancy St Johnstone, and if their heads
They're on
are
a poor
turned.
run. I actually think St Mirren have got good players as well. The boy Connor Ronan for me has been
Yeah,
very, very,
very
good this
good.
year.
We asked in the Cooten show Derek and Frank about their first experience. I know you're a bit more mature than that, aren't you? Can you remember your first
no.
experience?
I'm not saying
at all.
that.
Did you see yours?
But I got 10 out.
What's
What's yours? We never asked yours.
I've said mine with that Laura Anderson thing, remember Malia?
Oh, was it in Mallet? Huh?
I was old. I think I was 22 years.
Last week, wasn't it?
What was yours?
In Malia.
Was it?
Aye, 10 seconds.
Where was your fair?
Easterhouse in Malia.
Was she?
Aye. He was like, is that fucking it? And slammed the door. I've just sitting a daze, man. Wee pants fucking on ankles.
Wasn't it?
Was that your only one of the holiday, or did you go again and after that? And
I was chasing it after that, but fucking getting nothing, man. That was the one I was
once you got a taste, once you got the bit between your teeth.
Non-stop, mate. I was going to do that strip.
Could you put your finger on it before?
I was lost then. I didn't know where the fuck where to put it then. I didn't know where to put it then. But certainly I was cutting about that strip like nobody's business then trying to find them. Then I remember that was the one with 2 Manchester birds and 2 Manchester boys. Like, fuck me, the worst haircut in my life. Compton's went after that, mate.
Talking about haircuts, Kevin Clancy. What about the decision to no give Olivia a penalty?
Wow.
Embarrassing.
That could be one of
That could be one of the
I've
worst.
seen for a while. Aye.
Mate, how can you not see that as a penalty?
I don't know, but
He just
That
gets
was a
horny when
shocker.
hands touch balls, innit?
Davy Martindale wasn't happy, was he? His interview?
I'd pay to watch Davy Martindale meeting Kevin Clancy like out in Witherspoons or something.
It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Oh my god, he'll fling him about.
He had the Gucci's on again, I seen.
Did he have the Gucci's on?
And the Gucci's back on, the Louboutins are back now.
He's got a nice pair of grey
Back
trousers now.
on
The days of that colour chino are long
Gone,
gone.
innit, the
Mate,
beige.
he's a real deal. Martindale's show.
I love him, mate, honestly,
What's
I
that
think he's
word again?
brilliant.
Martindale's
Box office.
box office
Box
show.
office.
That's 2 words, but
Right, box office, isn't he? But he really is. Even if the
Well,
team's playing horrendous, he's brilliant to watch at the side.
Did you see the wee bit between Bartley and Rooney on Twitter?
Wayne Rooney?
So, but,
Sure.
why would Marvin Bartley be hearing a bit about Wayne Rooney on Twitter?
No talking
what could
about
they-
you know.
Bartley says if I speak, obviously I'm in trouble, and then Sean Rooney, and then do you see Livingston's booking? It
Tackle,
should have been a red. Just saying, asking if you've seen it.
No.
But a big
It probably is
between
a
the
red
two.
eye, to be fair, it is.
That's a red,
Aye, it should be.
definitely a red. There's a few terrible refereeing decisions done.
Tell you what though, the Levy boy in the bench has killed the boy, he's done the tackle, hasn't he? He's like, oh my god, this is red!
And then he puts his hands
red? He's killed him.
Right, talking about going for 4th. Other than Hearts, right, there's no been a good team, let's be honest.
Nah, they're very
Outside of the top
consistent.
3.
Dundee United have done well, I think.
Ross County put on they've put on a decent run. Nobody's really went on a
Inconsistent,
proper run. I
everyone
do feel as
there.
if there's good teams out there, but nobody's really put a run of wins together. And that's what
Why is that, Jank?
I don't know, to be honest with you. But mate, look how tight it is going into next week's mental. Any
2 points
4
between
5
6 and
teams
10.
can finish anywhere between 4th and 8th, 9th. So some huge games next week, mate.
Some huge games.
Aye, I can tell you top 6 now.
Go on.
See on this, I wanted to ask you this. Are there teams outside? I look at Hearts, right? I watch Hearts. I always think Hearts are trying to win a game. Other teams I look at outside of the top 3, I always think they're more interested in not losing than winning. Would that be fair? Would that be fair?
I've only really seen Dundee. I've seen highlights of Dundee, but I've seen them against like Celtic and stuff, and they are sort of sitting in and stuff. It is obviously difficult for the bigger, but teams. I don't really know. I'm trying to think of the other teams.
Hibs.
Motherwell, St Martin's,
Motherwell.
Derby,
Hibs
Ross
hate winning,
County.
didn't they? They just want to pass it.
Every team's a bit different. Ross County are obviously playing them at the weekend. They are direct, but they're very good in the counter attack. So
With the pace.
that's where they see their opportunity to score goals, and they've scored the 4th most goals in the league this year, Ross County. So they have got a style Other teams, I don't know. It's hard for me to say about watching them every week to say if they're
It's
actually
hard when you look and see the highlights, isn't it? Just when you see most teams now against Celtic and Rangers,
do you not think when
or the games that are on the telly, it is very much sitting in.
do you not think though when games are nip and tuck, there's so much riding on games like there is at this stage of the season, maybe it is just we kind of lose it.
Nah, not for me, mate.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
I think it is. I think it is. I would try and go and win games, 100%.
Well, next week there's a right few of them that need to win games. So
Right, what's your top 6 predictions then?
This is where the top 6 is a bit stupid though, isn't it? Because there's like a point between each and a goal difference or whatever, but then
I'm not a fan of the split.
I don't
Are you not?
Nah,
It doesn't really
I'm
make
not.
sense.
But you like when you does it?
I love it when he does it. Aye.
Like when he does the
not
split.
surprised.
This
don't
makes,
like it that
this,
one.
makes, this makes a bit of sense, but this doesn't make sense for me.
So do you, when he does stay the
Keegan's
split,
the
do you like it
split
when
man.
he's on the top or on the bottom of the split?
Oh, bottom, aye.
He's on the bottom of the
Aye,
split, right?
aye, definitely.
You're still doing it, aye?
Aye. It's fair enough.
Didn't you like it, you know?
I told you, mate, I don't care.
Right, who's your top 6? Celtic, Rangers, Hearts.
I think you've got to, you've got to base it on the fixtures at the weekend because that's whoever wins the games are going
So
to.
just give your results then.
So I'll go with. I think Hearts have obviously gone at 4th place. Will be. I think Dundee United will beat Dundee. So
It's a great season for Dundee United if they do finish 4th.
That'd been excellent. They really have.
Who said
But then
who was my dark horse at the start of the season? I can't remember.
Mate, that's a great shout by the way. Forgot about that.
But then you're saying that, Andy. But
They could still finish it saying it. Because if they finish 7th, it's not a good
No,
season,
they
and that's the
can't- they're
fine
not
margins,
finishing
isn't it?
outside.
that's
Come
why the
on.
top 6 is stupid though.
But how?
Because what I'm saying is, if Dundee United get the top 6 right, you're going to say what a season. But because of 3 points, they can nobody, and it's not a good season, just in one game. But then they should have kept the full season going and playing all the games and then judge it properly.
So you're saying scrap the split?
I
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a fan of the split in general, but
I don't really.
I know, but is that not the same in anything in life? Like Mercedes got beat for Red Bull on the last day, so it's a bad season. If they'd have won it, it's been a good season.
That's like in the Premier League. 6 games to go and the top 10 can't play the bottom 10 or the bottom 10.
I know, but you know that it's going to end within so you need to try and get in that top 6 before that fixture comes.
I know, I suppose, aye. But then see, because it's so tight,
I know, but that's life, innit? That's what it
I think
comes down to.
that
Fine margins.
that probably works in the idea of the split's favour a bit more though, because it's a bit more entertainment before.
I'm not strong enough in I'm not strong enough in what I'm trying to say. That's what's let me down here.
Right.
I'm strong in what I'm thinking, but I'm not.
The reason I'm not a fan of the split is because I'm not a big fan of the play every team 4 times. Well, not every team, sorry, but playing teams 4 times in a season. I don't think that. I'm not a huge fan.
The reason I didn't like the split is because it happened to us at Dundee. We got in that 6th position on the last day of the season, and obviously there was a massive gap between us and the 5 other teams. So we just went and got scudded for the last 5 games of the season.
Oh, because you just made it.
Because we've just made it, but we obviously weren't on the same level as the 5 above us, and we only played them for the other 5. And we
It's the same with St Johnstone last year.
I'm trying to get a contract at the end of the season. We get ticked the last 5.
That was St Johnstone last year. St Johnstone obviously snuck into the top 6 at the end, didn't they? Over St Mirren, but then I think St Mirren finished with something like 5 more points or something by the end of the season. Finished 7th.
Which is a bit of a farce, isn't it?
No right, mate.
So who are you putting in it? Sorry, Paul. Andy's not going to say.
Mate, St Mirren can still get top 6. They've been honking all year.
No, they've not.
No, they've not.
No, they've not.
No, they went on a right good run under Goodwin.
a good
They
run
They only lost 1 in 11 before Jim Goodwin left.
You're only good at talking about the top end of the league.
Struggling as I'm lost in it, man. Completely. No, but listen, I think the top 6 is going to be based on, I think.
Could Dingus still get in?
He's no chance, the big boy, you know. I think Hibs, what I can't see Hibs getting into because Hearts will beat Hibs, I believe, in that game. So I can't see Hibs. I think Dundee United are going to stay 4th because they'll beat Dundee. Then in 5th, I think Aberdeen will beat Ross County, so they'll come in, and I believe Livingston are going to creep in and beat Motherwell. So I think it's going to be my points.
So yours are going to be Dundee United, Celtic, Rangers, Hearts, Dundee United. No, he's not got Motherwell.
No, Livingston and Aberdeen.
Livingston and Aberdeen.
That's what I'm going, just based on the games.
You go.
Say that, yeah.
Who's Hibs playing?
Did you know date last night? No.
Hearts will beat Hibs. I think you could be right, Paul. But I think Motherwell will draw with Livingston.
Do you?
So I think Motherwell will get in. That would mean Motherwell and I think Aberdeen will beat Ross County. So what would happen then? Aberdeen beat Ross County, I think.
Aberdeen will beat Ross County.
Hearts beat Hibs, and I think Motherwell and Livingston draw.
So you think Aberdeen, Motherwell, Dundee United, us Celtic, Rangers?
Yeah.
Shouldn't see, might we? See who's right.
Big weekend. Will that be an extra
Huge.
motivation for Hibs, for Hearts, sorry, knowing that they could put Hibs at the top 6?
100%.
Aye, but I told you what our mindset's been, sir. All
Focus
season,
on yourself.
Win games, mate. 3 points. We've tried to win every game we've played this year, so it's going to be no different going into the weekend regardless of...
But see, this is where I like the split, because there's still 6 games to go, right?
We only play
Massive game, massive.
suppose.
See, the 6, otherwise it could be get to the end of the season, but now you're like bang.
Oh, big game.
Massive game to get in the top 6. Something to watch and enjoy.
There's pros and cons for it, definitely. Arguments both ways.
I usually got a lot of injuries into us.
Aye, but we've got quite a few.
And Budge, what's she done?
Hopefully a couple of back. Aye, and Bud's done the old time.
Getting the splits with Hugh, wasn't it?
He's really after.
George Burley done his groin and all.
Has he?
For the big game. But hopefully get a couple back coming in for the next few games, because we've still got some big games coming up.
I can't think him and you. I can't think mate, I love the thought of the two of them together.
What is it you like?
Have you ever
about
met him?
No, but you see he's a legend, didn't you?
Brilliant. You must have met him.
aye.
Must have met
Did
him.
you like
Aye,
him,
top
no?
man.
It's alright.
Alright.
Is he,
Be honest then.
no, I would be honest, alright. Just alright.
He's an alright guy. To pit loud, a bit in your face.
No.
Not spent enough time on me.
No,
Tell you
spent
that,
enough.
mate. No.
No in my face, mate, no.
No.
Is he hairless?
Well, he didn't come to the hide though, so that tells you everything, doesn't it?
Was that the main reason he never came?
He can't get in. Can't get in for that.
Right, we're nearly there, lads. World Cup draw, Scotland's potential World Cup draw should get
Unbelievable.
out.
Scotland go through, there you go. We get to World Cup into knockouts. England dealt with them last time, was it 0-0? America and Iran, mate.
America's
I know, what a chance, man.
Oh, America.
I admit how they
They're
for America.
alright.
Pulisic.
They're alright. Scotland are better than America.
Reina, Pulisic.
Scotland are
Is that
better.
it?
Scotland are
That's
better.
Scotland are much better than USA.
So Scotland, if they do get there, you think Scotland get through?
Mate, I think the players will look at that group though and that wee extra 10%, because they'll look at that group, mate, we've got a chance in that. Some of the other groups, man, Spain, Germany, shocker.
So see if we get through the draw, what do you got in the last, is it last 16, is it last 8?
That's 16 now.
Last 16, wow.
Unbelievable.
I think we'll do
No,
it.
last 8.
Last 16 he said.
Aye, last 16.
That's 16 now.
Fuck, man, that'd be unbelievable. So what are we going to go out to Qatar?
Could do.
That'd be unreal, wouldn't it?
Imagine that Red Star sweating in Qatar still.
Love to
They
see
let
big
our
man
shorts.
I would love to see a big man in Qatar. I don't think we spoke enough about him today, Big Keith.
He's t-shirt in the pool.
What do you think Big Keith's doing right now?
He'll be eating.
Tony Adams,
Aye.
innit?
He'll definitely be eating.
I'd be munching.
Have you seen Condora's new strip?
What is it?
He went yellow, didn't he?
Aye, yellow.
Black bags, innit?
That's us done, lads.
Brilliant.
I've enjoyed that.
Not yet.
What else you want to talk about?
Oh my God, Man City Liverpool next season.
No,
next week.
I'll tell you what to talk about. One of the best centre forward displays I've ever seen yesterday, and you didn't
Bob
think it's
McHugh.
good.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, mate. Oh my God.
How many goals did he score?
But that's not what it's about, is it?
Well, no. Okay.
Mate, he was ridiculous, man.
Very good,
Was
mate.
Spurs brilliant?
First half bag of shite, second half brilliant.
I would love to see Spurs just spend a bit of money in the summer,
for it.
man. Spend a bit of money, get a couple of right top players.
How fucking good by Man U.
Oh, brilliant.
What?
That's the best I've seen them for a while.
I'll support my, I hate everyone.
So they are. I couldn't
everyone
care
else.
less what the result is, but I despise them as a team, mate. They are. I used to always say, didn't I, like Wolves, man, watching Wolves.
Man U.
They're so bad to watch, mate. So bad. Whereas Leeds are fucking
Oh, Leeds are brilliant.
terrible, mate. They are terrible.
I love Southampton. Southampton could be one of my favourite teams.
He's
under
good, Hassel, isn't it?
Brilliant, mate.
Lovely good.
I'd give him the Man United job. There you go.
No, no.
Oh, fucking. We're done now.
What's that? No,
Done now.
High press,
Hasselhoff
full
getting the
energy,
Man U job.
play.
Do you know who could be in for it? Mate, what do you think? Do you think English clubs will be looking at Ange, seriously? Why no?
If you want,
He's
got a style of play, organisation.
He's got a big personality. He'll deal with big clubs. Man City Liverpool at the weekend.
Liverpool. I told you at the start of the season. Go rewind the tapes. Go to the start of the season. I said Liverpool win the league.
I will put a bit on me.
Chelsea.
Man City will win it.
You think?
The running's a lot harder for Liverpool than Man City.
But Liverpool win all the Liverpool are more capable of winning the
I
big
think
games.
Liverpool
mate.
win at the Etihad though.
you?
Honestly, I do. But Salah's a wee bit off it now. He's the main man.
Didn't he play him via Arsenal when he won, didn't he? 2-0.
Man City's Liverpool better squad. I never thought I'd say this. Front players
Much
squad.
better. Much better.
How good's Jota?
He's an animal.
5'10", mate, so with 8 headers.
He's an animal, that wee guy.
Good, isn't he?
He is.
And the new boy, what's his name?
Diaz.
Diaz. Very
Top
good.
notch.
So, Gay's a prediction, Man City, Liverpool.
Liverpool win, mate.
You go
2-1.
Man City? Right, so what's the forfeit? You're going Liverpool, you're going Man City.
What's the forfeit on you go, Paul?
What are you wanting?
I want to be tested with something.
What do you
You
mean?
do. Like,
Do you want me to guess it? Why don't you guess like done a cooking show question? General knowledge question.
maybe you see him in a cooking show.
It's terrible. Knowledge was all over the place.
Right, you ready?
I thought you'd be brilliant as well.
What American state?
Fucking hate you. That's all you ever ask me was America, man. Fucking America, every question.
They don't know your knowledge. If you don't leave it, we'll start. I'll ask Andy as well. What American state? No.
Here's one for you, right? Name 5 American states.
Florida, Indianapolis,
What?
Kansas.
Are they states?
Look, mate, I've got a brilliant question here.
Right, go.
No, I can't. I need to guess. Right, you ready?
We should start doing football questions.
Fucking hell, mate, hurry up.
I know, I've got to get my kids. Fuck, it's 3:15, hurry up.
What American state, right, out of these ends, starts with these 3 letters and ends with them, right? A-F-L-O.
I'm lost. What? Ask him. AFLO? What
Buffalo.
the fuck are you talking about?
No.
What?
Fucking, I don't know how to
Starts
work
in A and ends in FLO.
What's the only player to have scored?
Fucking
what's the
hell.
only
Tom
player?
Boyd.
For America. What's the only player to score for America?
What's it, before we go, who's the only player that played with Messi and Ronaldo club level?
Oh, that's a great question. My head went blank.
Wow.
What do you mean? He's been back since started.
Club level.
2 players. One's retired.
You just said one.
You just said one.
2 players. One's retired, I meant to say one's currently playing. If you don't know, you don't know.
Oh, it's Di Maria.
No, it's not.
Oh, you bastard.
International.
Oh, that was international.
PK, cheers.
Yeah, that's one.
Gone.
Di Maria has played. He's with PSG now, man.
That's right.
Bastard.
No, where did he play with Ronaldo?
Real Madrid, the
Real Madrid,
question
yeah.
came out 2 years ago, but it was actually Larson, was the other one.
So it was Man U and Barca.
Bastard.
So your question's
Fucked
fucked. Right,
Yeah, cheers.
See you later.